With great Squadcast comes great movie podcast. Welcome to the
That's how take a
Squadcast.
fucking sip of coffee, brother.
Welcome to the Squadcast movie podcast, episode number
35.
35. Damn it, I meant to check before the.
I just said it to
35.
you before we
Did you?
got. Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, episode number 35. Anyone listening knows I've always been terrible with that. But
It's okay.
episode number 35, and this is a freaking special one, man.
My goodness.
We're doing the Sam Raimi OG Spider-Man trilogy. And honestly, this is one, we always knew we were going to do this episode, but I don't know. I was so happy when you recommended it, because I was like, man, I got to find a time when we can do this. And then you kind of just threw it up there, and I said, screw it, let's do it.
Yeah, I can't, because I think I had recommended 2 other movies, I think, for this podcast, and we were playing Minecraft the other night, and I was like, you know what? Let's do Spider-Man, because that sounds fun.
Honestly,
And the new Spider-Man's out right now, so it's like good time.
Yes. You and me, given our generation and the type of movies we usually talk about on here, it was just only a matter of time before we got to these.
Literally, this is the Spider-Man that I grew up with, all right? This is my Spider-Man, damn it.
And, there's just so much to talk about, so let's just get right into one. So as I already mentioned, these movies are directed by the great Sam Raimi of the Evil Dead franchise. Sam Raimi was originally a horror director. He still kind of is mostly a horror director. And they decided to give him the Spider-Man trilogy, which, is such a great, risky idea that, I can't even believe they actually thought to come up with it. I don't know, who knows what a horror director could have done with these movies, but he seemed to have the pulse on the feel of the story incredibly well. There's a lot of reasons for that I'm going to get into as I'm talking about these.
I didn't even know that. Wait, he was a horror director?
Yes. Oh, Sam Raimi. He's a very beloved director. He's got a cult fan base.
I don't think I did research into the actual, who, what's it called? You know what I'm saying.
And the reason I bring it up is because before I fully get into the movies, I guess the other trilogy we did on here was the Dark Knight trilogy. And both of these, I guess maybe except for the Dark Knight Rises, but both of these trilogies were for the most part pre-MCU. And that matters to me because there used to be a different mindset when superhero movies were being made. There was still a time when, I don't know, I don't want to say there's more seriousness to it because they put a lot of passion into the MCU.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, they were still trying to figure out what to do, so they would just let a visionary director, just basically come up with his vision for the trilogy, and that's how we got, these 2 great trilogies from Christopher Nolan and also Sam Raimi. It was very much their style. And that's cool because you can appreciate it. There's kind of a disconnect between people who love real artistic movies and then people who love superhero movies. A lot of people like to shit on the other one. But these movies, you don't really have to choose between that. You can get the fun superhero stuff, and you can also get the fun or visual director talents, which there's so many great shots in these movies.
Yeah, no, seriously, agreed. I mean,
yeah.
Again, maybe I'm a little biased because this is my Spider-Man, as I've already mentioned. This is, and I also haven't seen these in a while, and it's funny because I have a coworker who I will not name names. If you listen to this, you know who you are. Who recently we were talking about the Spider-Man movies, as an office, and he just comes out and goes, Spider-Man 1 was the worst movie I've ever seen. He was like, it was so bad. Maybe I'm being a little bit generous with what the exact wording of it, but it was close to that. And so going into it, I was like, are you you can't say that about my Spider-Man movie. Okay, I watched Spider-Man 1 again. It's my Spider-Man, but goodness gracious, it did not age well in terms of acting, I don't think. But it was still such a good movie in my opinion.
Okay. Well, yes, we'll get a little more into it as we're talking about it. I just want to talk about a couple. I mean, I get where that perspective comes from, because the movie's pretty corny.
Very
Especially this
corny.
first one. This first one of the three is easily the corniest one.
I think that's where it comes
And
in. It's like the corniness. I don't think it's a bad movie by any means of the imagination. I just think
but
it's
for me,
corny as shit.
dude, first of all, no, and I guess this is partially because I know how Sam Raimi movies are. They're all a little corny like that. Even his horror movies, like, are just a little like the Evil Dead franchise is incredibly corny. There's a bunch of
Oh
goofy
my god,
things that
it's
happen
one of
in
the
it.
most corny franchises ever, if not the
Right.
most corny.
Right.
But
And
it's
they kind of
amazing.
wanted to bring that style into Spider-Man. And for me, yeah, I can see why people think it's corny, but I actually think it fits really well because this was before the MCU. This is, I guess there were few Batman movies and maybe X-Men and came out, but this movie did such a good job of like kind of setting a blueprint for like how you can blend the silliness with like the seriousness, because you can't, as corny as it is, you can't say it's not like a movie that's ever trying to take itself seriously. Like his uncle gets killed, he has real like social dilemmas with other characters, as bad as some of their lines are delivered. Um, and not for nothing, I actually didn't think the acting was that bad in any of these movies. Like, I think everybody plays their parts very well. I think James Franco is just really young.
Yeah, well,
So
let me reiterate. I don't think the acting is bad. I think you hit on the nail. I think it's just super corny, and there's also some parts like
some of the dialogue.
Obviously,
Sure.
it's an early 2002 movie. Like some of the parts, and not even just in one, and all of them are just like that's not realistic. And like obviously it's Spider-Man,
kind of
but it's like real world things that are like
Yeah.
come on, like that's
There's
not
just,
gonna happen.
I don't know. There's just, to me, there's just like a comic book charm. to
Yeah,
these
I
movies.
love that.
You know
I do.
what
I mean, it's a comic
There's even
book
a part.
movie.
There's even a part when the girl goes, "Ah, it's Spider-Man," and it kind of cuts to him swinging in, almost like it would in like a comic panel. And some people are only focused on how corny the girl says it sounds when she says, "Look, it's Spider-Man," but like that was the point. I don't know. That was the point.
Yeah,
Literally
no,
something out of a comic panel.
It kind of also comes to like where it's the point of it wasn't the look at Spider-Man. The point of it, as to your point, is the comic panel. So like you definitely got to be a little less critical and I guess in areas like that.
Plus, there's plenty of things in there even for adults. Like when he first notices that he's ripped, and May asks if there's been any change, and he looks like all the way down. He goes, "Oh yeah, big change."
Oh yeah, big change.
Which that's such a great joke for like just adults to get, because if you're a kid, you're thinking he's just looking back at his body, like, "Oh yeah, I have a big change." But if you're grown up enough, he's looking at his dick.
Right.
That's so funny.
No, I agree.
Also, I appreciate, and this is true for all these movies, maybe for 3 a little bit to a fault, but they take their time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially a lot of his scenes with Aunt May. I love most of his conversations with Aunt May. They're slow, and they like allow you to they sit with you. They allow you to really feel the emotion of the scenes, which is like all of them after Uncle Ben dies for Aunt May.
Agreed. Yeah, literally every scene after Uncle Ben does Aunt May is just some type of way.
Yeah.
Until 3.
Or she's just, yeah. But like even if she's not, she's like she's telling Peter very meaningful things that stick with him, and they kind of, as a result, stick with you as a viewer. So, and I don't know, I just feel like a lot of movies today would not take their time with that kind of thing. They would just cut to the next action scene really quickly.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that point. I think they do a good job of taking their time where it's necessary, and then when it's not, they the pacing is good. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Very good pacing.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like you don't
Also just
feel like they're 3 hour or 2.5 hour movies throughout the like longevity of the series. I think maybe 2 got a little bit long in the middle because he was just like being a little baby back bitch.
I think the one that
was losing his powers.
Yeah, I would say the only one that really suffers from pacing issues is probably 3. But we'll get to 3. But oh god, what was I about to say next? But okay, well I'll just go right to the fact that this movie, this first one, despite all these villains are great, and some people like Doc Ock the most, I gotta go with Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
Oh,
He,
that is like that is
you
the
want to
Green
talk about the
Goblin.
acting in you want to talk about the acting in this movie. This man is practically, I don't want to say he's carrying it, but he is on well, there's a scene where he's talking to himself in the mirror, to his evil self in the mirror, and that is just like a whole uninterrupted segment of him in the mirror talking to himself, walking closer like that, and just looking at and maintaining this like evil posture and tone about him. You could even argue, you could, if you're a stickler, you could argue that scene is corny, but I wasn't thinking about how corny it would be at all during that scene. I was just
I
all I was thinking is this man is killing it.
I don't think that scene was corny at all. And to your point,
Okay.
I think William Dafoe. I mean, I think it's well known that William Dafoe like is the Green Goblin. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's never going to be another William Dafoe Green Goblin
And
ever
that's
in
another
the
thing.
history of
Willem
time.
Dafoe is a very popular like indie actor. Like he's done a lot of niche roles. So like if you're somebody who watches a lot of movies like on an artistic level, you can appreciate this performance. Like even though it's a comic book movie.
Yeah, and I mean, wasn't
It's
Willem
just, this is
Dafoe?
he's done a lot of great roles, and this is like just like another one to his caliber.
Yeah,
But it's
wasn't
just yeah,
he in The Lighthouse? If I am correct there.
yeah, that's another one of his best roles.
Yeah, dude, that
That,
movie is crazy.
ooh man, if we got balls, we'll add that to the list.
Dude, yeah, I watched that
Screw it.
like a year or two ago. I think was the last time I watched it. But
Yeah,
I still
and
think
as
about
weird
it.
as he is in that movie, you watch and you if you grew up watching the Green Goblin, you just know like you're not surprised. You know
Yeah,
he's
it's
capable of
there's
doing stuff
literally
like
no
that.
shock there. It's just him.
And Raimi just knows to let him go off in some scenes. So that's which is a sign of a good director. Like when you just know, like he's working with mostly kids in this movie, and then he's got Willem Dafoe. He's like, cool,
He's
let me
like,
go. You know who
yeah, just
else
go
goes
crazy,
off
brother.
these movies?
Who?
J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh my God,
I mean,
yes, dude.
what a
He's such a good
what a
character.
perfectly played character.
What such
I
a good
mean,
character.
I almost like I know why there weren't more scenes because he's not that important of a character. But if they could have added 5 more scenes than they needed to, and I wouldn't have complained. Every
Wouldn't have
scene
been
he's
upset
in
about it.
is so funny. Actually, and he's even funnier in the second one. So like, I'm just thinking about that at the wedding at the end where you see his head stick out.
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
know. He doesn't
yeah.
even have to say a line.
Doesn't even say anything. He's just there.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. This movie also has one of the most iconic shots from any superhero movie ever, which is the upside down kiss.
Yes, 2 of them actually. Obviously, the first one's the most important, but there are 2.
I know, yes, but this one's like, they made sure in the rain. Also, I don't know if I should be specific about this, but in regards to that rain scene, y'all are not slick. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
pretty
say.
positive I know exactly what you're talking about.
Y'all are not slick.
Yeah, 0% agility. 0%.
Okay, that's all. If you get it, you get it.
Shit was wicked.
Speaking of Mary Jane, though, a lot of people don't like her in these movies, and I gotta say, after watching them, I'm not entirely sure why, unless people just hate like a woman with opinions, because she's not perfect, but I don't know. I find myself on her side like a lot of the time, and I don't know. They make great deals to show that she kind of gets like treated like shit by everybody.
I mean,
Like
she really.
the first one, it's her dad.
Yeah, her dad. Like, it's not like it's not true.
She hears Norman basically call her a slut.
Oh my God,
to
yeah,
Mary.
at the dinner, that shit is crazy.
And then from her perspective, Peter is just like, I don't know, kind of is distant, and she doesn't like know why.
Yeah.
That's probably more of a problem in the second one, but it is in the first one too. Or she's just, I don't know. He's clearly someone she wants to rely on, or like wants to be close to. And she eventually realizes because she loves him, but. I don't know. Well, I think at first it starts with his lack of confidence overall, and then when he gets his powers, he gets a ton of confidence, and then you hear the reason why at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, No, go for
Right.
it.
No, I was gonna go to my next point. So what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, I agree with you in the fact that Mary Jane is just like I don't understand why people
Yeah.
hate her. There's so many points in the movie, and like I'm skipping around a little bit here, but I think it was
No, go
three
ahead.
where she just got fired from
Right.
Broadway, right? And she's like in the park at Spider-Man Day. And like
Yeah, and
any
that's when
normal
that.
person could understand, like, hey, there's something like
Yeah.
else going on. Like maybe you should ask for something. He's like, I'm gonna swing in from over there. It's like,
Yeah.
brother, what?
Yeah,
And
and
she's
that's
just
not
like,
even close to the worst thing he does in that
right.
scene. We'll get
And
to
then she's
that,
just
but
like,
yeah.
okay, and then just leave. I'm just like,
Yeah.
brother, that's
No, but
like,
that's a great
and then
example because
and
people
then
think
she
she's
breaks
a
up with him after that. She's like, I'm alone. Like you're never there. And I'm like, yeah, see, like that's relatable. Like I understand what you're
yeah.
saying.
Yes, put a pin in that because I do want to talk about that scene when we talk about three. Um, Honestly, if anything, I'm surprised. I feel like more people should hate Harry. Like,
Harry is a dick. Harry honestly is a
and he's
dick.
but in this first one, he's kind of just an idiot.
Yeah,
Like,
he's naive
I
in
don't
the
know.
first one.
So he thinks that he lost. He already thinks he lost. Well, first of all, his relationship with MJ is like weird. Are they dating? Because like she wouldn't kiss him that one time, the
Yeah,
first
the
time.
one time that we see them like together, they don't. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
He like goes in to kiss her and she doesn't want to do
Yeah,
that. Like,
and on
oh,
the
okay.
balcony at the
Didn't you guys
party.
just like they had the vibe of a couple that like is on the verge of breaking up, but didn't they just start dating?
Yeah, like right
Like,
after the whole fucking. I can't remember exactly what
I
happened
guess
right
maybe they're
before it.
trying to illustrate that maybe she already is feeling for Peter, and so like there's part
Well,
of that doesn't
at
feel
that
like she should
point,
be with
she's
Harry.
feeling for Spider-Man because she's got saved twice.
Oh yeah,
And she was like, "Oh, this is gonna sound
sure.
silly. Like I'm in love with Spider-Man." Like at the end of it or whatever. And
Yeah,
Peter's like,
but then
"No, that doesn't sound silly because I'm Spider-Man."
okay,
Like,
and he thinks he lost her to Peter already because like he walks in and she's got her hand on his hand.
oh yeah,
Oh,
when Mary
that
or
was
when
while
Aunt
his
May.
aunt. That was while they were in his aunt's
That's
hospital
what I
room.
was thinking. Like his
Like,
aunt is fucking like I forgot
it was a
about.
little, yeah, it was a little bit of a cheap way just to get Norman to find out
Right.
that
Like his
Peter
aunt
and
might have
MJ
like
are
dementia or
close.
something. Now. Like you
But
know
I
what I
don't think they
mean?
even needed. But I don't know if they even needed to do that. And I feel like they did that so that Harry could come home and be like, "Oh, I lost MJ to Peter." He's like, "Oh, MJ, she matters to Peter," because he already found out at that point that Peter's Spider-Man. I don't think you really need that scene. You could have just cut right to him kidnapping MJ, and you could have assumed he found that out off screen.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really need a scene of him finding that out. Like
Agreed.
you could have assumed he just found that out.
Yeah.
You know,
No, actually,
but
you
it's
literally
fine.
could have just assumed.
It's fine. The dialogue in that hospital scene is great, especially when he talks to May.
It is, and you
A lot
know,
of
I'm just thinking again. And sorry, I'm bringing us back in the movie a little bit, but I was just thinking
no.
about some of the corny scenes. And again, like
Mhm.
not to shit
Yeah.
on this movie. I love Spider. I love all three of these, but
Sure.
it's the fucking cafeteria scene when he first gets his powers. And he's like MJ falls and he catches her, catches all the food. Awesome, that's super cool. And then she looks at him and just goes, "I never knew you had blue eyes." And all he does is just smile like a big fucking idiot and like doesn't say anything. I hate that part. I literally hate that part. It's like, brother, just say anything. Don't just sit
I
there and look like
know.
a fucking
Oh,
weirdo, bro.
There's definitely a lot of frustrating moments of Peter in action.
Yes,
Or
dude.
his lack of action.
I'm just like, bro, this is so
And
corny.
that-
It was giving me fucking Obsession vibes when homie's just sitting in the car not saying anything. Like,
Yeah.
like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that out because it just
Um,
popped in my brain.
Man, okay. Yeah, and I want to talk about the final fight scene because it's again one of my favorites in the
Oh yeah,
trilogy.
it's heat.
Because it is like 3-4 minutes of just straight ass whooping from one Goblin on Spider-Man, and then later Spider-Man on Goblin.
Can I say Goblin's actually kind of sick? Like, Goblin's kind of a sick ass villain.
Yeah, he's dope.
Like, Goblin is kind of sick. He just don't give a fuck. He's a super soldier. Just like, I don't know, man.
And
He's
his
sick.
design is so cool. The mask.
Yeah, the mask with
It
the
looks so
fucking
like
green plated
creepy.
armor. Oh my
Yeah, which is
god.
like the other thing because Raimi's a horror director. There are like, and this goes on throughout the trilogy. There are like scenes that could come out of a horror movie,
Yeah,
like
true.
him talking to himself in the mirrors, like a psychological horror
Yeah,
aspect. And then,
the mask jump
yeah,
scares when they show the mask in the dark
right,
with the lightning.
right, yeah, like that's something you wouldn't get if you didn't take this risk with a horror director. So that's really cool. And it's not like he was lackluster in the action scenes. The action scenes are great. Like I said, this is one of my favorite fights. Just him and Goblin. And, by the way, no lighting issues whatsoever, which is incredible because there's a movie where the guy's got a black suit on. But
Yeah,
like
once
this,
again,
the
no
lighting in all these
issues,
movies,
and we still have
so
lighting issues in the
perfect.
present 2026. That's insane.
That's I don't know what the hell people. I don't. Like this used to just not be a problem, you know? Like you used to not have to think about movies having this bad, like that bad of lighting that they have now.
Literally.
I don't know. It's funny to me. You used to not have to think about that. Like no one even. I feel like a lot of people weren't even talking about this when this movie came out because they weren't thinking about it because they
It
didn't know
wasn't
you
an
had
issue.
to. Yeah, it just wasn't like a common issue.
Literally just was not an issue.
But yeah, I mean, I guess now I have to appreciate just how good these people, how much people were holding things actually together before they decided certain things didn't matter. Whatever. At least we have this. At least we have it.
Yeah, we have it.
Um,
That's what's important.
And I freaking love Goblin's death when he sends the glider back at him and he jumps and they are sure to cut in a little snippet of him going, oh, and then it kills him, which is so like funny. It's a really quick edit of just him going, oh, and then it stabbed the glider rams into his chest. It becomes a sad scene, and he goes, "Don't tell Harry," which Peter ends up taking a little too seriously, but it's still a great scene. Are you still with me?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you cut off for a second.
No. I muted myself because I was sneezing.
Okay. And
yeah. No, continue, please.
And so, well, it's also I just think it's really cool how this movie like decides to leave you off. Like it has it leaves you off with Harry wanting revenge on Spider-Man because he thought that he killed him, obviously, and then ends with Peter rejecting MJ, which is like, I don't know, this was such an old, there's so many superhero movies that have come out since this, and yet it feels like such like a, I don't know, a crazy idea to have him not end up with her at the end of the movie. Like they actually had the balls to have him say, no, I can't do this, and walk away.
Dude, right? That part, like, I get it. That part also kind of frustrated me because it was like, dude, the whole
painful.
Premise of you this entire movie was like, get the girl. Oh, I'm a spider now. Get the girl. And then at the very end, you have the opportunity to do so, and you're just like, no, I can't. I must be Spider-Man now. It's bro.
It's a little frustrating. It's painful. But I really like it because it shows a real completeness to like his arc as a character.
No, I would absolutely agree.
Yes, and it's like I like that it's painful kind of. It's like very mature. It's very I don't know. I think you could you could almost see how they would like maybe even a little concerned that it could not, like, people wouldn't like that, like how you were kind of frustrated. But I just think that it aged very well as an ending, like especially because anybody watching this now knows that there's 2 movies after it.
Yeah.
So like you can't really get that upset about it, but and you just know, even if you've only seen that movie, he's gonna end up with her, like,
right. It's inevitable. It's like at a certain point, he's gonna be with her. It's just frustrating at the beginning because you're just like, brother, you have the perfect chance here. Yeah. You've had multiple perfect chances. She's literally telling you how much she loves you. You're just like, I can't do it. Like, damn you, Spider-Man.
I respect it.
I respect him for it,
Like,
but also
that takes insane. Like, I would not be able to do that. You know, the girl I've loved my entire life comes up and tells me she loves me and she kisses me. I would have folded. I was, all right, we'll make it work.
right, exactly my point.
So,
And
like, I don't know.
it's just so
I think it's a
bewildering
really
to
great
me.
conclusion of his character that he's become this like strong-willed and he's this willing to just do the right thing, what he feels is right over everything else.
Well, it's also
And
at
like,
a point in the movie where people don't know he's Peter Parker yet. The one
yeah,
person who did is
yeah,
dead. So, like, he could very
uh,
easily just be like, okay, yeah, like, well, let's be together. Like, you have no idea I'm Spider-Man, and neither does anybody else. So, like, what's the holdback here? And at that point, you didn't even have any enemies. The one enemy you had is dead.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, I have too many enemies, too many people. Like, you'd be at risk of who? No, there's no enemy
I
right
mean,
then and there.
Latrell, a bad criminal finds out he's Peter Parker. They're going right for MJ, right? I don't know, or Aunt May, or
They
so I get
do
it.
that anyway, just by associating. Like, he's
When
just
they
around.
find out, yeah, I know. You could argue, like, even without them knowing that, MJ still ends up getting in
MJ
trouble.
still ends up getting
But he doesn't know
fucked over.
that. He doesn't know that's
But
gonna
they
happen.
don't even know. There's not even a correlation there. She just happens to be in the vicinity. They're like, yeah, get her, the redhead. Like, what the
Right.
fuck?
Yeah, I just think it's a great mature ending, and I think it has aged well. I respect it.
No, I agree. That's fair, and I'm fine with giving ratings now. We have gone into this one for pretty long, and we still have 2 more. So I'll leave my nitpicky opinions alone for this one.
Give me your ratings, baby.
Okay, Spider-Man 1. For me, one of my favorite ones out of the 3. There were some parts of it that were a little bit corny to me, so it took it down just a little bit. So I'm giving this one a 4 Squadcast podcast thumbs up out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, I agree about the corniness, but for me, it's just like I kind of like it. I guess I liked some of the corniness. I embodied it as I watched it. I'm gonna give this, and on top of all the other things, 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, see, I was originally going to give it a 4.5, so we rounded out to 4.25. A 4.5, but then I was just like, really, I was sitting here thinking about it, I was like, those parts really pissed me off, so I'm going to drop it down just a half a point.
Yeah, I'm keeping it at 4.5.
No, respect.
Okay, now it's time to talk about Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
Often considered the best one of the trilogy.
This one was
And
heat. This one was actually heat.
This one's actually fucking heat.
This one's really good.
Yeah, I can't be one to deny it. It's definitely the one I probably have the least amount of issues with, and it's probably it flows the best out of all the 3. Like there's just such every scene just feels so meaningful to what it does. It does such a great job of just continuing the story. Sequels are really hard. There's a lot of sequels that don't really live up to the first one, but you can tell like they had a plan for this movie from the start.
No, I would agree. This one is very, very good. I think in terms of like actual movie, this one's my favorite. My favorite villain is in 3 from the series, but also it's hard to not love Doc Ock.
Doc Ock. Oh,
like
he's great.
Doc Ock is as a character design awesome, as a storyline fucking awesome, and like he's a true fucking badass. Like Green Goblin is insane because it's Green Goblin, like the things that Green Goblin can do. But Doc Ock is really just a crazy scientist who got melded with giant tentacles that have nanobots in them because he wanted to make the sun on Earth. What? Brother, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he wanted to create fusion, which is like an actual thing scientists are trying to do. I don't know if they're making giant suns in the middle of a warehouse. But,
I would hope not. I would hope not.
Which is like probably one of my biggest nitpicks of this movie is that he is so overconfident that his big ass sun machine could not possibly have any
miscalculations
issues
ever. And Peter Parker, a student's like, video. Are you sure? You sure about that?
I was watching one video that was like nitpicking how people during that that experiment didn't have like protective gear on. And for
Yeah,
me,
he
that
had
was just,
fucking glasses on and nobody else did.
and except for him, yes. Which like I don't disagree with, but I think that's just the larger point for me is that he's just like way too overconfident that nothing could go wrong.
Yeah,
And
right.
I
But
guess you could
also,
say
it's
that
the
is
sun. You're not even supposed to look at the sun from billions of light years away. That sun was 10 feet
yeah.
away
Would that
from
thing be
them.
real?
They
Should
would-
that thing be insanely bright?
right,
Like,
dude? Like, they would, everybody in that room would not have eyes. And also, even if it's in a containment field, wouldn't it be hot as fuck? Like, it's a sun.
right.
It would have just
I
melted
know.
everything. And then, sorry, my final point here. When it fucking blew up, isn't that technically like a star blowing up? Shouldn't there have been either like a black hole or a
Supernova?
supernova? Yeah, like it wouldn't have just puffed out like that. The world would be gone. I don't care how
I
big
guess
it is.
You're supposed to just assume that it doesn't nearly have the same like mechanics as an actual sun.
It
because,
looks exactly like a
it's just-
sun.
it's-
It has solar
it's
flares
just,
like a sun.
I guess it's
a
supposed to
sun.
just be like a big ball of gas, and it's just not nearly as powerful as the sun. Although it's pretty powerful because it's sucking in cars
like-
from the street.
That's like calling a stallion a donkey. Like, that's a fucking sun. Everybody
you
should
kinda
have
just-
exploded. Everybody's eyes would have been burnt out. It would have been too bright for anything to happen. And then when it fucking finally went away, we're either all getting sucked into a black hole or the world is being blown up by a fucking supernova. Okay, now we can go back to the comic book world. Like, fuck me.
And you are supposed to, I guess you are just supposed to assume that it's not nearly that bad, but like, I don't know, man. Near the end, it starts getting big, like out of control, and you have to, I know he's like lost his mind. You have to wonder, like, is he at all thinking about the fact that he's just gonna like destroy everything? Like,
And then
what
he
do you-
goes, "Oh, my first son didn't work. I'm gonna make a bigger son." What? And then on top of that, love the ending. I don't care. We can jump around this movie. It's if you're watching this
Sure.
podcast, you already know what's going on.
You already.
And that the
I don't know why you
ending,
would click on it.
he's like, drown the sun, motherfucker. What, that whole lake? He's like, oh, it's self-sustaining now. It can't be turned off. Wouldn't the whole lake just dry up? I don't think dropping the sun in a lake is gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out. Like, dude, what? It's a fucking sun. It's the hottest thing we know ever. There's nothing that compares to it. What do you mean drop it in the lake? Like, everything in that lake is dead and or sucked into it. There's probably ships and shit down there. Okay, I'm like, what the fuck?
This is, yes.
It's fucking sun.
I don't disagree with any of this. You just get over it though, right?
Yeah, exactly. You kind of just get over it. Great movie.
Especially so there's too much great in this movie for me to like
Care about a sun.
to
It's
put
just-
any
it's
weight
just
into any
stupid.
like like I mean you can argue all you want about the physics of that, but like yeah, there's just too much great for me. I mean I even love like they're willing to I don't know, they're willing to set up his relationship with his wife before, you know, her like really sad death. And even in that scene they're building up like a couple things about just his character and like kind of telling you how overconfident he is. He's also kind of a dick. Like when he first meets Peter, he's like, I don't really have time to talk to students.
Yeah, he is really a dick. I don't have time to talk to students. He's like, oh, you're Peter Parker.
Yeah, well, he's like, but Harry gives him a look because Harry's paying the bills.
That is true. Harry's like, you're gonna give this man time.
It's probably, yeah. I'll get to Harry in a second, but I want to get to a couple of these really fun. There's some really fun Spider-Man scenes in this movie, like when he's he misses the when he's trying to get to MJ's play, and like the bad guys like really mess with the cop cars, and one of them goes flying, and you think it's about to hit a crowd, and it just like stops, and it's like what? And it cuts back to it, and it's just got webs over it.
Yeah.
Like you don't I love that was such a smart way to do that, to make it like they just don't even make you hear the web shooting, just have it just drop in midair. You're like, whoa, what happened?
Right, exactly. You don't even get an explanation, but you just know like what happened because it's like the whole charm of like, and I guess like you're also supposed to get a perspective of
Right.
like being the actual civilian where you might not see him, you might not hear him, but all of a sudden you just look up and whatever is coming to absolutely murk your ass is just gone.
No, they all had their eyes closed. They did kind of do that perspective. They do like a shutter where it like goes black for like a very quick second, and then like it cuts to the people like opening their eyes, like, whoa, what? Why are we not dead? And then you see the cop car just like floating, like holy shit!
Like, oh my god, this just happened.
Yeah, that's gas.
Absolutely,
I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, how about the I don't know how they did it. I do know it's like the sound design and also like the way the cinematography was made. But like every time Doc Ock was approaching and the fucking ground was shaking, but then you hear like the distant footsteps, almost like it's fucking Godzilla, bro. I loved that. I loved every second of that.
He has such monster movie vibes. Like,
yeah,
especially
really
his first scene in the hospital, dude. That is like that is a horror movie scene, straight up. You got his arms in like the shadows of them attacking people. You got the lady. I mean, the screams in that scene are almost comically horror, and or like something out of a monster movie. And then the girls being dragged and scraping the ground. Like,
right, dude, it was the ground fucking metal? Because that shit made my skin crawl, dude. Right. I hate when I see people's nails rip up other shit, because I'm like, your nails are coming off, dude. Oh, my fucking hands.
They got like perspective shots of the tentacles, like just showing the guy's face. So he's like,
dude, so yeah, it's
so like freaky. So, and yeah, again, that's another thing you don't get if you don't decide to let Sam Raimi take the helm. Absolutely. So that's really fun. They knew they were gonna get some fun shit like that, and they certainly did. That's like what you direct. That's like what you hire him for. And he's just a great visual director in general. He takes a lot of care into how things are shown and not just what is shown. Like there's another shot when he goes to meet Doc Ock at the clock tower right before the train scene, which we're going to talk a little bit more about. And they show him swinging in, and it zooms out and it's like a reflection in Doc Ock's glasses. Like that's all like one continuous shot. It was really cool.
Yeah. No, I love that shot. I mean, again,
they love playing around with that.
It's for really 2004 movie, this shit looked amazing, dude. Like, amazing.
Right. And there is still some corny dialogue. I think most of Harry's lines are corny. And he also James Franco, and just in my opinion, wasn't that great of an actor yet. Like, I don't know, he was still young.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple of James Franco movies.
His character has to change a bit. Like, first he's just a dim-witted kid in the first one, and the second one he's just, like, angry all the time.
Yeah.
And then, in the third one, he turns into an actual villain. But, I don't know. That's just a lot to ask of a young guy who's mostly who up to that point was just doing, like, freaks and geeks and stuff like that.
Right. I mean, I think it's just his overall human.
And we later find out that he is a bit more comfortable in like comedies,
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, he crushes in a lot of the comedies we've seen with him, and we've seen 3 other movies on the podcast with him in it.
Well, we definitely did. This Is the End. I don't know what else.
I feel like he was in. Did we do Pineapple Express? Isn't he in that?
Did we? I don't know if we've done that though.
Have we not done Pineapple Express? I swear we have.
Yeah. I feel like I can't tell.
I don't know. We've done a lot, but yeah, we did. We did Land of the Lost and Pineapple Express.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry, that was just. That's just blanking for me a little bit.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Also, there's a really fun, I guess in a way I don't love it. It's not like I'm not having fun when I'm watching it, but like, there's the plot line of him losing his powers. Which, like, watching this growing up, it does make a lot of sense. Like, it's kind of affected by his life. But I remember just growing up being so annoyed because I couldn't figure out why that was happening. Like, why is it's just randomly not working? That's not a very reliable superpower.
Yeah, honestly, though, that did kind of irk me, too. It's like, why Like there was, did we ever like? I mean, I figured it's because like he was losing his edge. Like that's what I always
Yes,
attributed
no,
it to.
that is.
But it's
That's
like
essentially what it is.
they cut. I feel like
It's
they just could have done so. They could have done it differently. Am I wrong in saying that?
okay. Maybe, like, yes, maybe a little bit. There are some scenes that I do end up actually really liking. Like, I love the scene where it's just regular Peter who saves the girl from the house fire. And like they go to length to show that he doesn't have his power back. He tries to break the door down, it hurts his shoulder, so he kicks it. And he actually does save her. I love the part where he's like hanging and like he's hanging off of the edge, and she like tries to help him up. It was so cute.
Oh my god, it was adorable. It was one of the cutest things ever.
It's like, oh, he helped me out. I have to help him.
I do like that scene because it's like he's trying to be, he's still trying to be himself after just being like, whatever, I give up. And then it's also kind of a reality check. So at the end, when the firefighter comes, he's like, he's like, you're a hero, kid. And then the other dude goes like, poor soul got stuck on the fourth floor and didn't make it. He's just like,
it's great.
fuck!
And you just see his face, and you can just tell through his face he's saying, if I was Spider-Man, I would have saved that person.
Right. He's like, but I'm not Spider-Man.
It's a great scene. It's one of my favorite scenes of the trilogy, alongside when he tells Aunt May about his role the night of Uncle Ben.
Oh my god, yeah, and Aunt May just fucking, she's just like, I
didn't remember that she reacts that way. I was kind of impressed because, like, I don't know, a lot of movies like that would have just had her go, oh, it's okay, Peter, it's fine.
Right,
but she's like, they
no.
made a point to show her, like, genuinely disturbed for a second, like, not knowing what to do, like, not knowing how to
because I mean,
react.
in, like, one sense of it, it's like, I could see the point of, like, oh, well, you just didn't want to get involved because you didn't want to get hurt. It's like you just got out of the way. But then the other sense is like, oh no, you're just being an ass, and it led to my husband dying. Like,
right.
You know?
Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't mention that when we were talking about the first movie. How it kind of annoyed me a little that was his lesson that got Uncle Ben killed, because he was like in that moment, you're like on his side there.
Yeah, literally, because the dude was a dick.
You?
Yeah, why should I help you at all? Like, go and do it. Like, whatever, take his money, and then, of course, it just leads to Uncle Ben dying, and then you're just like, well,
of course,
that's not what I wanted out of this.
Personally, if I had just gotten stiffed like that, I would have just beaten the shit out of the guy, because I'm Spider-Man now, but...
I mean, you know that too, to be honest.
At that point, you're beating up a thief.
You are literally beating up a thief. Yeah, I would have just rocked his ass and took the money.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, he wasn't a hero yet, so it's fine.
Sure.
But I'm just saying what I would have done.
Very true.
Also, I just want to point out, well, first of all, the first movie, there's a lot of little roles here and there, like, even just people that are in it for 1 second that, like, I don't know, some people that, like, weren't even that famous yet. Like, in the first movie, Octavia Spencer's at the table signing him up for the wrestling thing. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah, that was cool. And then in this movie, at the bank, Joel McHale is the banker.
Yeah!
What the heck?
They do a really good job. It's like cameos. It's like little cameos.
I think it's a good sign of like a director and I guess a casting director too. When like you go watch an older movie like this and you see a bunch of people who weren't big yet, but are like bigger now. Like these are people before they made like a career off of their thing.
Yeah, they were just like doing little parts.
So you just I don't know. You could watch it kind of knowing like the people who made this had like an eye for like this kind of thing early on. So that's I don't know, that's just really cool. It's really fun.
No, I agree. That's really cool.
And those are just like the one-time roles. You got like Elizabeth Banks playing the receptionist lady with the dumbass haircut. Although they wanted her to be comic book accurate, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've read a little bit of Spider-Man comics. I don't really remember much. I'm assuming that some of these like little friendly little encounters he has with these other women were all just comic book stories.
You would have to assume, right?
Right, because what the hell? Or I don't know. he's supposed to start off as kind of like a loser. So why are there so many women that like give him a look? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I feel
maybe
like
because
they're
he's
just kind
just
of
like
teased.
buff or something like that. I don't know.
Him and the receptionist lady ever seen have a little bit of tension. I feel
Literally.
like
And I
they
mean,
always
then you
look
get
at
to,
each other like, "Hey, hey."
but then it's like, it's just like heightened. Well, I mean, I guess it's like
Yeah.
the fucking, whatever it is, the symbiote is, like, once we get to that point, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? It's like supposed to heighten his everything. So, like, maybe as a spider, it gives off like pheromones or something. You know what I mean? Maybe something we're not getting from the movie that was in the comic book.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. And I mean, there's some. You can tell that the what's the rent guy's name, Mr. Dinkovich.
Yeah, his daughter.
Bro. Yeah, she's like. Honestly, I love that role because there's like I don't know, there are some like girls like that are just like awkward like that. Like that's a very like raw, real character. Like I feel like I've met someone like that before.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh, and she's just funny to me, actually. Like she actually makes me laugh a couple times. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have come in without knocking.
He
And then she
goes back,
closes the
knocks
door
the door,
and
and then just
knocks. She
opens
goes,
it again.
"Hi."
Hi.
Yeah. Ah, that was funny. Um. So, all right. Let's just cut ahead to when Harry gets visited by Doc Ock to make a deal, because I couldn't help but notice that, like, I don't know, what leverage does Harry really have in that moment? I
To
guess you
make a
could say you
deal.
don't know where the tritium is.
Yeah, but then Doc Ock can just
Like,
rip apart the whole apartment.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, how did I mean? If you're Doc Ock hanging him there, he's like, I don't have to make a deal with you. Give me the fucking tritium.
Yeah, like literally. Hey, how about no? Where's the tritium, and I won't drop you off this fucking skyscraper.
But I'm not too upset about it because it got us to the the train scene, the scene where they have this just big
Yep.
CGI fight that mostly looks good. There's a couple parts that look dated, like Doc Ock in front of a green screen, but it mostly looks good. By the way, we got to mention that those arms are mostly practical. They only CGI some parts. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
You wouldn't have. They would.
actually insane.
That wouldn't have. That wouldn't have happened today, and there's proof of that because they bring back Doc Ock for Spider-Man No Way Home, and guess what? He's fucking. He's mostly CGI. There's a clip of them backstage with the arms again, so it's almost saying, "Oh yeah, we used the practical," but that whole movie looks CGI.
CGI,
That's
yeah.
not the
There's
case.
no shot that's they used the practical for a good or
Or
even any
like you
part of that.
don't, not
Really.
enough for you to notice, but
Right.
whatever.
I get there.
I
I
don't.
get though they're trying to be. Maybe we'll do a No Way Home like that series or something like that. But
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But no, this is one of my favorite scenes in the whole trilogy because I mean, it just does so much. You know, it's a big fight. The fights in this movie are also just bigger and like better than in the first one. Like I like I like the hand-to-hand combat between him and Goblin, but with having such a big character like Doc Ock, and they really stretch out the fight. Like there's a lot more flying around. There's a lot more, just like they move in a lot more space, and that does a lot to make the scenes a little like bigger and more epic.
agreed. I mean,
Especially
this is
this
also
one.
the scene where we just get the classic Spider-Man holding the train scene. You know what I mean?
Oh my,
Which is
yeah, right. It's
fucking
great.
so, dude. I forgot how
Yeah.
like the sound was for that scene. It literally sounded like his arms
Oh
were about
yeah.
to just fucking rip out of his sockets, dude. It's grotesque.
The train starts like crushing, and I love that they make the train go. They make the train go like a little bit off the track,
Yeah,
so like
just
you're
a
really
hair. You're
freaking
like,
out.
oh no! He's like, they're fucked. And then and then I also thought he was just gonna fall off the front of the train onto the street. I forgot that they grab him and bring him back in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, that part's cool too. This is why I love this scene. It's not even just the action. They carry him back, and he looks like Jesus being carried off the cross, which is totally intentional.
I mean, he's the savior of New York.
It's like Christ imagery, which, I love that. It's so cool. I think there's like an actual artistic piece, like a famous Renaissance painting of Jesus being carried off the cross. And I feel like this was kind of trying to like symbolize
Imitate
that
that.
in a way. So it's pretty cool.
No, it is pretty cool.
We're almost at the end of this. Hold on. No. Okay, so then he gets brought to Harry, and decides once again, even as Harry finds out who he is, not to tell him that he didn't kill his father, which always pisses me off.
Right? Just straight up be like, yo, man, look, I was there when your father died, but I didn't kill him.
Like,
Killed himself. And it's like, it
Like,
takes
you're
until
telling
the
me- is
end
that
of
all-
Spider-Man 3 for him to tell him
You're
that?
telling me that all happens because right before he died, he said, "Don't tell Harry." Like, I'm sorry.
And
I care way
also,
more.
you got to put a little bit of the blame on Bernard or whatever the fuck his name is, who doesn't say
Yes, I know.
shit
Well,
until the end of the movie. Oh my god!
We're gonna get to that in a few minutes. Trust me. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little annoying. I can't just ignore it. The final fight scene's really fun, really cool. There's not that much fighting. It's more just him trying to stop it and save MJ, but there's still just a lot of great action there.
Yeah.
I guess I thought like there could have been a little more back and forth between Spidey and Doc in that moment, but they just really needed to hammer home. Because like even though he's a bad guy, you know that he's under mind control, and you know that he's not at heart a terrible person.
Right.
So like you in a way you are rooting for him to just stop being a dick. Instead of like outright dying.
Yeah, I mean, you really like. You're like, okay, like you don't need to do all this. Like you really don't.
Mhm.
You could just go back
Yeah.
to being normal, and then they're just like, nah, like you gotta die, actually.
And man, I know it feels like I'm nitpicking this movie more than I should, but let me just ask you, Latrell, if a wall is about to fall on you, and a really strong guy comes in and catches it, but it's still 5 feet over you, what would you do right
I
after
think
that
we're
moment?
getting up and fucking moving, bro. Let's out that motherfucker, bro. Like, are you
Okay,
serious?
We'll just have this nice little scene of them talking to in case we die.
And then
he doesn't have to die.
At a certain point, he goes, "This is really heavy." Man, get the fuck out the way! Start moving.
I don't know. It's okay. It worked out. And then I just also have to point out after they're in that web, right after, how he just like puts her on a little line and sends her down. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Could
Like
just swing her down.
he couldn't just put her like sweet. He's like, I can't put the mask back on now. Like it's impossible. I can't.
Yeah.
Do it. And then hold on, going back to the fucking wall scene. The whole time, right? He's holding the wall. He's like, this is so heavy. And then what is the solution? He picks it up and throws it. Why did you just do that at the beginning? What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess he needed a little extra burst from something. I don't know.
The fucking platform falls. The sun's going into the river. And he's like, all right, I can pick it up now. Like dramatic, like suspense over. Picks it up, throws it, and then right as he throws it, you can clearly see the giant fucking crab cage in the background rolling towards them, and you're just like, all right, so he's gonna jump over that, and then he waits till the last second to then jump over that, and then it skips to a scene where he's got his web just in the sky. They were just in the water. There shouldn't be anything there for him to cling on to.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely noticed a part like that where they swung away and it's
he
like,
swings
what
away
could
and
you
it's
have
just
swung off of.
The whole background is just water. It's like
That's kind of a running. That is kind of a running joke among like all Spider-Man movies. You can always find a moment where nothing for him to actually swing off of, but he just swings away anyway.
And it's the next scene. You see a crane, but it's really far in the distance. It's like, dude, there's no way
right?
you just shot your web 100, like fucking 1,000 feet onto this fucking crane, and then
His
just
powers
easily
aren't the
swung
most
away.
consistent thing. His super strength is not very consistent because, like, I don't know, everybody he punches should just die.
They should just explode, dude.
Right.
There's not a single normal person that should be able to. It should be like when Homelander is like fucking punching people in the boys.
But it's not the boys, right?
Right, exactly.
So, the boys makes a case to be like, yeah, this is how superheroes should be.
Yeah, this is how a superhero would be. If
Right.
if you get touched by this as a normal body, you're toast. Like, you're literally dust.
Let's go to our ratings.
Yep, you first.
I'm gonna go 4.5 again, despite my criticisms.
I'm
Because
gonna.
the good is just so good.
I'm gonna hit
There's
this
so
one
many
with a
great scenes.
4.5 as well. I really like this one.
Okay.
No quarrels
Yeah.
here. Just like one silly moment being the web slinger
Like
part at
even
the
with
end.
what we were talking about the sun, yeah, you make a lot of great about how silly the science is behind that, but I really wasn't thinking about that as I was
Well,
watching
yeah,
it.
I mean,
So
neither was
you
I. That
know,
was like something I thought about after the fact. Like when I was sitting there
right?
processing the movie, I was like, wait a second. He just made the fucking sun. Like all of this shit just happened, but I'm not gonna go back into the whole spiel. It's just crazy to me. At least the blinding
Okay.
part is the worst part. Anyway, let's go to the next movie.
Yeah. Okay, it's time for Spider-Man 3, or otherwise known as Wired becomes just the biggest cringe mobile
Oh my
of all
god.
time.
I used to say
The
this was my
the
favorite one.
the it's in a way it still is mine.
Like I
Because
love
it's
it and hate it so much.
I
I love it and hate it
know.
so much.
Trell, you you can't make me hate this movie. You understand? You
Dude,
can't, like, this is how I feel about
see,
it.
I
There's some
think
very obvious flaws, and I just love this movie anyway. I don't care.
I just think that I think you're so right.
Personally.
Okay,
Uh,
let me just first of all, they didn't need to have actual Venom in this movie. I don't think it did much of anything. Second of all,
they weren't even supposed to
they
have
weren't
it
even
in.
supposed to. Yeah, I was just talking to somebody about this and
Yeah.
said like Venom wasn't even supposed to be a thing in this movie. So like,
Yeah.
okay, there's point one, right? No Venom.
Right.
Second of all, like they could have made the Sandman a little bit better. And third of all,
This-
Black Tobey Maguire just needs to be in every movie. Every movie.
Also, the suit when it's black looks so slick.
It does. It is such a
looks
slick
dirty.
fit.
And now I can finally actually address this point. Well, I'll just very briefly. It could be pitch black at night, and I still see him perfectly. Just
Yep.
saying.
At pitch black, darkest scene ever. Can't see anything.
Yeah.
Still see him.
He is
Perfect.
literally the same color as the night sky, and I still see him.
Still
great.
see him perfectly. How? 2007, folks. 2007
Yeah.
movie. Perfect. Perfect lighting.
There's a few things about this story that don't make. I don't even know if I shouldn't even say it doesn't make sense. I think it's more contrivance than plot holes. The Venom thing gets on his motorcycle and then just like chills in his room for a few days.
Yeah, like a week. What is it? What the fuck?
Right, which doesn't necessarily make sense to me because the guy said it needs to bond with the host first to survive, and it goes quite a while without doing that.
Literally just sits there for a while. And even when it does bond to him, it's not like it's doing anything. It's just there.
Also, as you and I already pointed to how frustrated we are that he hasn't told Harry yet.
Oh,
So
my
imagine how the fu that I let out when he finally does it as he's being attacked by Harry. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
now you're gonna say it.
Oh, by the way,
Like,
I
alright.
wasn't the one. It was Dad. Dad did it himself.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he'll listen to that now.
Right? While
Like,
they're
if I'm
already
from
fighting.
if I'm Harry in that perspective, I have every reason to think he's lying. Because why wouldn't he have said this years ago? Like,
Right? I literally have every reason to believe that you're just lying to save your own ass here.
He didn't. He didn't even have to like. You know, he didn't. He could have. There's even ways he could have done it without revealing who he was. Like, he could have shown up as Spider-Man and said, "Hey, I didn't kill your father," or he could have been just Peter and said, "I'm pretty positive Spider-Man didn't actually kill your father."
It probably would have been better if he could have been like, hey, look, like, I got firsthand access to the evidence as a reporter. Your dad stabbed himself. Or some shit, like, you know what I mean? Or as a photographer, like, something. Something. But I will say, the fight between him and Peter and Harry, but when he's in his Black Spider-Man, that shit goes hard. When he dodges the goblin grenade, webs it right back to him, I'm like, yo, that's one of the hardest scenes in movie history.
It is kind of funny to me that Harry has all this revenge on Toby, and both times he tries to kill him, Toby just beats his ass.
He just bodies him. Second time is personal too. Throws a fucking bomb in his face, bro. That shit's crazy.
That was great.
I love that scene.
And it's like a little sad too, in a way, because you're like, oh man, he really doesn't even care that he just blew up his own friend's face. Like, but
Turn him into Two-Face.
and honestly, I will say from that scene, since we're already at it, him not saying anything about his dad was almost worth it just to have that little shit talk he gives at him right at the end.
Oh my
Little
god.
Goblin Jr. He
Yeah.
goes, he loved me. No, he
He
despised you.
despised you. Little Goblin Jr.
Little Goblin Jr. You gonna cry?
You gotta. Oh, you gonna
Oh my
cry? Dude, that
Up
shit
to that point,
kills me.
up to that point, you kind of hate Harry so much. Up to that point, that you kind of just are riding with it. Like, yeah, you know what? Put this little asshole in his place for a minute.
Goes, oh, you gonna
Especially because
cry.
he just had, what he just did with him and MJ. Like, okay,
Dude, no, that shit goes so hard, bro. I'm looking at it right now on my other screen, bro, and he's just fucking bodying him, bro. Yeah. Oh my god.
No, it's a great fight. Well, yeah. They decide to like go back to like the hand-to-hand combat for him and the new Goblin, which is, by the way, so like I guess you would say he's like the Green Goblin in this movie too, right? But what's funny is
it's the new Goblin.
I remember when this movie came out and they were selling toys. He's never specifically called the Green Goblin in the movie, and none of the toys wanted to say Green Goblin because, imagine you're a kid, you order a Green Goblin toy, you're expecting the guy with the creepy mask and stuff. So you imagine if you get just a guy with like this flat mask and a surfboard. So they marketed it as New Goblin.
Yeah. Which is cool. Like, I like New Goblin, but I did also, like, it is very, very relevant, like, not relevant, very clear that they are, like, they gave him a fucking surfboard or a snowboard, and like they're trying to make him more hip and all that stuff. Like, that is so very, very relevant. Like,
also, did he build that? Like, is Harry like a genius now?
That's the other question. Yeah, how did that get built?
How did he figure all that out?
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, you're right. Like, it was not Bernard or whatever. I think that's how you say his name, Bernard. No. It was not him.
Well, that would make Well, they don't show it was, and if it would make it even.
Oh no! I'll tell you right now, it's not Bernard. I literally, I had the subtitles on because I kept wondering, well, how the fuck you say that? It's Bernard. There's no ART at the end, and it's so fucking dumb.
Bernard.
It's pretty positive. It's Bernard instead of Bernard.
Really I'm just gonna keep calling him Bernard, because that's fucking stupid. And it
could be Bernard, but I swear to God they were saying Bernard. Anyway, let's get past that.
Okay, no, because I want to talk about the Sandman a little bit because
I love the Sandman. I like
most things with the Sandman. I guess before I talk about the things I like about it, I just want to have one little nitpick, which is like, how do you even kill him? Like, is he invincible?
Yeah, because like he got wet, he was fine. You can't really hurt him.
He gets blown up, he's fine. He's fine. Like, what do you even do?
I feel like you have to like probably superheat him. You probably have to turn him into a solid and then turn him into dust or something.
Yeah, that was just weird to me. It was a little weird that like all Harry had to do shoot 2 rockets at his feet, and that pretty much brought him the big version of him down. Like,
yeah, I mean, it seems like he definitely like takes pain. Like he definitely feels pain, but it's I don't know how would you feasibly kill him?
But I don't even know. Like, when is anything actually impacting me? You can just punch a hole in him and it just forms back into him. Like, I don't know. It's a cool character. The CGI is really cool.
What is it? When he gets hit in the face with the bomb at the end, like he screams about it. So like it's like he's taking damage from that, which is why I think heat's the way to kill him. But you would need like a fucking like fantastic or like Human Torch, esque amount of heat. I think and you'd have to turn him to like glass. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, by the way, and I haven't brought it up for whatever reason, but the musical scores in all of these movies are great. Obviously, the main themes for Spider-Man are like iconic and memorable. Like, I could think of them in my head as even before I watched these for the first time, if ever I remembered scores sounded like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're very iconic. And one thing I will say about this movie is it probably has my favorite of the 3 scores, because they introduce, well, both that score hit when he first has the black suit is so epic.
Yeah.
And then also all the music they play around Sandman is great. It's very like emotional and very like there's a lot of impact to it, but
Yeah.
especially the score and pretty much everything about when he first rises up as the Sandman in that from that particle accelerator.
Yeah.
And like honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like that is based on some kind of Renaissance painting too, because it like reminded me of.
Dude,
like,
can we talk
him
about for a
rising out of
second
the
how
sand.
that even happened? Like,
Yeah.
he jumps the fence, and then he's running forward, and you mean to tell me you didn't see this fucking massive hole in the ground? And then you fall into it, you let the fucking doohickey come down and spin around you before you even try to escape, and then what even happens in there? Like, how does he just get sand in his being is my question, and then he just turns to dust and comes back to life. Kind of weird, but whatever. I love the Sandman.
Yeah, no, I guess I just like too many things about that scene to really. I mean, yes, no, that first scene is weird. Also, what did the cops do after that part?
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
They just left.
They just left.
And also the
like,
scientists
that guy's
inside of
dead.
the particle acceleration facility, they're like,
It's probably just
a bird. You mean the mass of a bird and a human being is the same thing to your scale? What the fuck?
That's like, don't even think. Maybe possibly it's a person. I
Yeah,
don't know.
right. Like no,
or like something that shouldn't be.
or
in
there's
there,
not cameras over there. Like there's no
You don't think
cameras
maybe
anywhere.
it's an animal that can't fly? What if it's a squirrel?
Or
I don't
a
know.
deer or something. You know what I mean? You guys are just in the fucking woods. Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah. I have to briefly, still overall, I also just love Sandman's storyline. I'm not sure I love the retcon that he's the actual killer of Ben, because that kind of ruins some things about the first movie in terms of like how Spider-Man became who he was. Like, what if he knew the whole time that it was, I don't know.
It wasn't the guy who
And then
yeah.
Now that the hallway scene of him, like,
It doesn't mean
so
anything.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, so I don't love that as much, but I guess it was fine, especially how it all comes together. And I think their last scene together, where he vents to him, I actually really like that scene. I think it's a little weird that he just lets him get away. Like, that guy is still a criminal, but also, what are you gonna do? Fucking sand? I don't know. That's a good villain. And then there's Eddie Brock by Topher Grace, who just is not a good. I don't know. He's not. He was not a good casting choice in my opinion. Some people like him when he plays the human side, and just don't like him when he actually becomes Venom. I think he's kind of cringe the whole time.
Yeah.
I love that '70s show, man. I love him as Eric Foreman, but I don't know. This was like coming off his success in that. Like, we gotta put this guy in a new movie.
When Spider-Man is, when he's talking and he's first like, gets the black suit energy, whatever. He goes, "I'm gonna rub some dirt in your eye."
Yeah, and he destroys his camera.
Yeah, he destroys. He's like, "See you, chump." Eddie Brock is getting shit on the whole movie.
Right. Okay. That is. To be fair, and he's like thirsting after Gwen.
Literally,
like, we just had a coffee, dude.
Right. Like, relax.
But like, yeah, I don't know. He's an annoying character because, like, I don't know. There's the part she's like suspended over a big drop, about to die, and he's like, "Oh, hey, that's Gwen."
Yeah. Right. He doesn't. He's like,
"Who are you?"
My God, it's Gwen.
I'm Eddie, and also I'm dating your daughter.
It's like
he's like about to die.
You creep. You're not even. And he wasn't even dating her.
I know. What the hell?
Like, what the fuck? Dude is a freak.
Yeah,
he deserved every second of what he got, to be honest. Hot take.
Speaking of Gwen, I don't know how this man thought kissing her upside down in front of MJ
was a good idea.
To the point where he didn't even realize what she could have been upset about. Even after Gwen, just to really rub it in, she stops. Of course, she's at the place where they're having the dinner, where that he wants to propose at. And she just walks up, puts her hand on Peter, like
Right? She doesn't even know that he's Spider-Man. It's just like, oh my
it just
god.
makes it 10 times.
And
She's
she
like,
like
can you
rubs
imagine
his
kissing
shoulder
Spider-Man?
too. Like,
He's like, can you imagine getting to kiss
oh
Spider-Man?
yeah,
She's like,
she's just sitting there
I
like,
can't
I
imagine.
can't. Wow, no, I have no
And
idea what
even
that's
after
like.
that, Peter's like, oh yeah, she's in school. As if like she doesn't like as if you didn't do what you did.
Right? It's like
Like,
are you insinuating that Mary
I,
Jane doesn't know you're Spider-Man anymore? Like, does she have amnesia? What the fuck?
I guess they're trying to show that he's a little overconfident now.
Yeah, I
In his,
guess
since everything's been going good, but that's a little too
that's a
overconfident.
bit of a
Like
stretch.
you're the same. Like I don't know. That's weird. He starts being, which is another reason I hate that people don't like MJ, because when she gets mad at a lot of things that I would get mad at.
Right, like very reasonable things to be mad at.
Also, I haven't mentioned this at all, but I should mention it now because there's an actor, the main lead from the Evil Dead movies, Bruce Campbell. He's in all of these movies in small, little, funny roles. First, he's the announcer at the wrestling show. The one that's like, "What's your name?" He goes, "The Human Spider." Oh, that sucks. And then he's when Peter's trying to get into the play in the second one, he's the guy that won't let him pass.
Yep.
Which is so funny because he's like, "Hey, you want to tie your shoe? Oh, you should probably straighten up here. Oh, can I help you?"
Can I help you?
What the hell? Why would you? And then in this one, he's the French maître d'. Romance. I am French.
I am
Peter Parker. Yeah, so I just said Parker.
Just always giving him a hard time too.
Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, and basically, he's always giving him a hard time. I guess in that one he's a little nicer, but that is just, yeah, I love that. I love how Sam Raimi brought him into, like, that's just fun. And if you're somebody who's, I think he realized that some people watching this, even though most people were watching it for Spider-Man, some people were watching it as fans of his. So for those people watching, they could see Bruce Campbell in those scenes and be like, "Hey!"
Right, like,
Yeah, so
oh,
that's fun.
it's him.
Yeah. All right. We could talk a little bit more about Evil Peter because like I said, it is undeniably cringe that especially when he's like walking down the street and like thrusting his hips and stuff. But watching it again, man, all I could do was just laugh. Like, I don't know. I was just vibing with what. Does the movie not know that it's being silly here? Like,
The movie knows it's being. I don't think the movie takes itself too seriously. I mean, he goes into a suit shop, comes out and does a little jig in front of the store, and then just walks away. There's no shot on the fucking God's green earth that anybody took that serious.
They're making the point, but they're also just like making the point that he's a douchebag right now. Look at him, he's being a douchebag.
Yeah, literally.
It's just funny, and honestly, because he's such an awkward person otherwise, like it almost works for me that a guy like this suddenly getting this weird burst of confidence while also being a dick would just act like this.
I agree.
I don't know. It works for me.
It does. It really does. It does something for me.
It gets a little weird in the jazz bar scene when he tries to like show up MJ.
Yeah, the whole play piano, jump on the like. Did you just learn how to play piano because you're Spider-Man, or did you always know how to play piano?
Okay.
You know, like what's going
on? Okay. Well, I'm gonna get to the ending, but I want to talk really quick about the fact that there's a lot of dumb things about the inclusion of Venom. I don't know if this is comic accurate, but I don't know. The bells are like its weakness.
I think it's just like the sound waves.
Yeah.
Unbind
Well,
it to its host.
It's a little. I don't know. There's just. I don't know. It's just funny. Good thing he randomly decided to go onto the bell tower so that he could find out that the bell is a weakness on accident, and also get his shit onto Eddie. Like.
Okay, I looked it up. It says Venom is famously weak to high frequency sound and sonic vibrations.
Okay, maybe I should have known that, but honestly, the biggest part of that annoys me though is couldn't he? As far as the movie, I know there's a deleted scene that maybe helps with this a little bit, but the movie as we're shown, it's I don't know. Couldn't he just take the suit off?
Yeah, right.
Why does he need to just take it off? Like take it off like it's a regular suit. Wasn't that what you were doing? Someone said there's a deleted scene where the first time he takes it off, he like has a little bit of a hard time like taking it off.
I mean, maybe
But,
that's the case because it's like leeching from like it's technically like its own
yeah.
entity at that point.
Right.
So like it probably
Right.
binded with like the fabric, but what doesn't make sense is like it's not like it's binding with his DNA. So like
No.
it's not like it's a Doc Ock
Oh.
situation where it's inside of his body. So like how is it doing that?
Right. Okay. You know, I've been staring at this note for 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna bring it up. The butler knew all along. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, yeah, that I was saying that a little while ago. He literally goes, "Yo, yeah, by the way, I saw the report. Your dad got killed by himself." What the fuck?
Oh my god, you guys suck, dude.
Like y'all gonna wait the entire time to say that? Are we fucking serious here? What the fuck?
And it's like so dumb because I wasn't even thinking about Bernard up to this point, and then he just comes out of nowhere and tells Terry the truth. Like, I don't know. Like that is something you should have said on the first night.
Right?
Like,
hey, by the way, like I hate to tell you, I know it's really hard for you, but your dad ended his own life. Oh my god. Okay, so years and years of hate over with, done. Get that out the story.
And I mean, we've kind of been talking about it throughout the thing. I just want let's just get to the final fight so we can get out of here. First of all, the newscaster broadcasting his slow death while he's getting pounded was really cringe to me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's like classic, like the death of a superhero. As we watch him die.
It's really hard to watch what's happening.
And he's just getting fucking pounded by the Sandman.
Yeah, like, okay, this is really interesting. Everybody's just slow watching his death.
Right? Like, nobody's panicking,
like,
nothing. They're just watching their hero die.
Yeah, there's just something about that really took me out. Like, it didn't feel like I was watching a movie scene. I don't know. It was weird. Or felt too much like I was watching a movie scene.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's better late than never. Harry comes in to help. It's a little weird that he wouldn't have wanted to help MJ anyway. It's like it's not like she didn't do anything to his father. But as much as I hate most of the things about Venom in this movie, I actually do like some parts at the end, even though Topher Grace sucks. Okay, his bad casting choice. But some of the sound effects, you actually get Venom's face, like the actual Venom face this time. Like it looks like Venom. It's not just Spidey suit Venom. So, and I think most of that looks good. Like when he like roars and stuff and shrieks, like it actually looks kind of scary.
Right.
And there's even like the one part where like you hear his screeches and Spidey's like looking around and all of a sudden his hands grab his head and pull him up in like a very quick like jump scare moment. Almost.
They do the best job of making it like kind of horror-esque in this film, I think.
Yeah, right, in that part specifically. And yeah, I loved that. Also, and while I'm here, I just want to say there was the original redraft. The original drafting of this. And when you hear this, it's obvious why they didn't do this. What they were gonna do was when he starts hitting all those bells to get all that Venom off Eddie, they were gonna pull the Venom. It was it starts to pull the Venom out, and in the movie he pulls Eddie out of it, right? Well, the original draft was Venom come off his body, and you just see a skeleton underneath, and yeah, like it basically like absorbed him. It like ate him.
Literally,
and, like when it gets pulled off, a skeleton falls out. Like I could see why they didn't want to do that because that'd be really fucked up. Like I don't know, maybe That could have gotten like an R rating.
Right. I mean, it
But
really could have. So I think they did it the right way.
right. And they were gonna have like the thing almost like that big monster that it was showing at the end was supposed to like have Spidey pinned down, and he like sees a bag of those metal pipes and like swings it towards Venom. And that's
Right.
how he like kills him there. And
He's,
this one they decided to just he sees a bomb right there and throws it at him.
yeah, he's just like, hey, hold this.
I do think that would have been cooler, but I get why they did that. I wish maybe if anything, this came out a little later when it was a little more popular to make R-rated superhero movies.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It was still fine. Although I have to say, there's a big ass explosion in front of Peter, and he doesn't even get blown back. I don't know. That was a little weird. He doesn't even get like take a step back. It happens like 5 feet away from him. Whatever.
Yeah, for real.
Harry's death is sad, even though he was pissing me off the whole time. And no, the series wraps up fine. Like, he gets back with MJ. There's a sense that they're kind of tired of it at this point. Like, let's just wrap this up. But no, it was fine. It ends fine. Good trilogy.
Good trilogy.
Ready for our ratings on 3?
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I still love this movie, but I'm gonna go 3.5.
Fair. I do like this one a lot. I'm gonna go for a 4 here as well. Round it out to like 3.75.
What a fun trilogy, man.
What a fun trilogy.
Like, and you know, 3 is my least favorite, and honestly, I would take a million Spider-Man 3s over a lot of the superhero movies that come out today.
Agreed.
I think that's if that goes to show just how good these movies are. The worst one is still better than like most superhero movies.
Agreed.
So, yeah. All right. Wow. What a fun little episode, man. We did the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
Yay! Another
Hell yeah.
trilogy under our belts.
Yep. Well, thank you all for listening. We don't know what we'll do next pod, but we'll figure it out quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Latrell, for doing another fun pod with me.
Of course, brother.
And we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace!